Alright. Bear with me. Let me just mute the game volume really quick before I actually make any noise with it. How's everyone doing? Hope you're all doing well. I'm doing well, thanks for asking. I am playing some Madden NFL 10. Simulate the event. So let's go ahead and play against Cleveland then. The Cleveland Browns. So we should be ready. Alright, we have 3 wins, 3 losses. Cleveland has 1 win, 6 losses. So it could be better for us, but no matter how bad it is right now for us, it could be a lot better for Cleveland. It's been a while since I played this game. I don't really remember what happened the last time I played Madden NFL 10. I do know I was looking at the stats right before I started the video, and I had apparently thrown 10 interceptions and 4 touchdowns, which tells me that I was not very good at, when I was playing this game. So, yeah. Alright, that's right. We can't really hold any plays, so to speak. I mean, the only ones we can choose from are the ones that the coach calls for us. Whether it's the head coach or offensive coordinator, I don't know. I forget who was the starting quarterback for Cleveland when this game came out. But we passed it to Devin Hester. I remember him playing. It's been a while since he played, but Garza and Devin Hester for this team are currently on the field, and Matt Forte as well. Right. Yeah, probably we're not gonna run it in. Oh, we are gonna run it in. Really, from the 3-yard line? Alright, we have possession now, so. We're playing for the Chicago Bears, by the way. So we currently have a lead. 3-0 lead, actually. That's good. So actually, I didn't watch Ajax play Eintracht Frankfurt live, but I did watch them. They were playing Eintracht Frankfurt earlier today, and I actually they lost 4-1, so they're out of the Europa League now, unfortunately. So that was disappointing. They played an almost entirely new lineup. They played much better last week than they did this week, but they had lost by 1 last week. They lost by 3 today, so it's 6-2 on aggregate, which stinks, but what can I do about it? So they had lost, actually. They're out of the Europa League now. No more. The only football they can play now is in the Eredivisie. We are getting sacked there. So it's going to be a double week play. That's incomplete. Chances are it's going to have to be Iglesias or Bennett for the first down, not Clark. So, pass was dropped by Joaquin Iglesias. Oh, we're getting sacked there. We managed to pick up 12 yards though, which is more than we had lost like I think 7 or 9. So I think it was 9 on the play. So that's going to be incomplete actually. So that's going to be a pick up a 6 actually. So I think the main issue right now is that we've just back to back drives, the team has given up a sack. So that looked like a first down to me. That will not be a first down, it'll be 3rd inches actually. So it's going to be another run play. It looks like we're just going to be running out the clock, though. Personally, I would have tried to get into field goal range, actually. At the very least, field goal range. So that way, instead of a 3-point lead, it would be a 6-point lead if we make the field goal, but... Yeah. It's gonna be a screenplay to Forte. So I'll actually see how it goes, so... We did run for the first down, so I'm going to try and get it to Iglesias or Bennett. Or Iglesias or Hester. Oh, okay. The one good thing is that stops the clock. I don't know why we called a timeout when the clock was already stopped. So that's good. Hopefully Davis will get tackled out of bounds. So yeah, if we're smart, we made the field goal and we're gonna get possession now. Because the first half had ended actually. Run. Let's run out of bounds there. Ooh, okay, so I'm biased, but I'll give us the first down. So it is the first down, actually. 17 yards, so we're averaging just under 6 yards per run. So we passed Devin Hester. One of the best, if not the best, kick returners in NFL history. Actually. Good job giving it to Forte. I have Iglesias run a curl. Oh, nearly picked off. So that would have been a disaster actually had that been picked off. But it's gonna be a play action play this time. Shoot, that's gonna be incomplete. The upside is it should be an easy field goal, so it's gonna be we made it, so it's gonna be a 9 point game now. So it's a 2 possession game with a little under 2.5 minutes left in the third quarter. So got it to Clark though. I mean another play action play actually. That should be a touchdown, which it is. 6:01 left in the fourth quarter. If these aren't 15-minute quarters, I'm gonna change that after this game. Actually, I'm gonna see if I can change that. It is an 8 point game, so it's a one possession game. They did score actually. Last game or last possession, I should say. Last possession. So pass it to Bennett, which is pretty cool. That's his second reception. I thought that would be his first actually. Oh, we're gonna be sacked there. First down though. That's good. There you go. For a second, I thought that would be intercepted, actually. Jones caught it. 6 yard gain. I've been to Chicago. I've never been to Soldier Field where the Bears play, but I have been to Chicago. I've been to Wrigley Field where the Cubs play in Major League Baseball. Well, that's going to be a one. Sure if that would be a 1 yard loss or not, but ooh, it's 11 points now, so we can. There's really no need to pass in these circumstances, but we are going to actually force Cleveland to use all three of their timeouts. I have been to two NFL stadiums in my lifetime. I've been to Arlington Stadium in Dallas, or it's not Arlington Stadium. Sorry, it's Cowboy Stadium in Arlington, Texas, which is a suburb of Dallas. But I have also been to NRG Stadium in Houston. Bear with me while I run down the clock, actually. There we go. Now we can actually just continue. So the game is over. So that is win number 4 on the season. 4 wins, 7 losses. Check where we are in the standings, actually. After this game, of course. If you've been to an NFL game, what stadiums have you been to? What teams were playing? So they were second place in the NFC North right now. There's a 9 schedule. Can we see the team schedule? No, we cannot. So, individual stats. 122. So we played Green Bay, Starleaf, Minnesota, and Detroit. So we played Detroit and Green Bay once each. And so that means we still have a home game against Green Bay and away game against Detroit, and both a home and away against Minnesota, actually. So the standings, we can still surpass Green Bay. So it's a bye week for Minnesota, actually. So we're going to be playing Arizona, and then a Thursday night game against San Francisco. And then we have a week off. Then we're playing Philadelphia. And then it's a division game against... it'll be a division game against Minnesota. Our first of 2 games against Minnesota. And then we would have played half our division games, actually. And so, yeah, this is when Arizona had a really good quarterback. Because this game came out it came the season after they made it to the Super Bowl and lost to Pittsburgh. I remember that Super Bowl. Larry Fitzgerald is, if not the best wide receiver, one of the best wide receivers never to win a Super Bowl ever. Never to win an NFL championship or Super Bowl, in my opinion. I know he ranks second all time, and I think he ranks second all time currently in receiving yards, career receiving yards, and Kurt Warner is considered to be the greatest undrafted player ever. He led Arizona to a Super Bowl appearance, and unfortunately for him and the team, they lost. And he won a Super Bowl with the Rams when they were based in St. Louis. I had to get that off because I did not want to give up a safety. I really wish we could choose our plays, though, but I guess that's out of my control. Yeah, we definitely have to pass. 8. I wanted to actually run for a first down, but they the one of the ends had actually gotten away from. I'm not sure if it's the right end or left end. With which side is the right end and which side is left end? Because it's like the left end plays on the left side of the defense, or it's the left side of the offense compared to the offense. If that makes any sense. Which way it's facing? So. We do have an 11-yard rushing attempt, though. And we have a pass to Jones. 5-yard pickup there. I forgot to change the minutes for each quarter, actually. That's going to be close. It's going to be very close. It's not going to be a first down. 3rd and inches. Not a good rushing day for Matt Forte. I know that rhymes, so. It's going to be a play action, actually. Give it to Forte as we're hit there. The iPro Twins is going to be a running play. It's the only downside about the superstar mode for some of the for some of the older Maddens is that you can't really. You can actually call not audibles, but you can make route changes as a quarterback, but you can't really choose the play. So, run here for 5 yards. Can't really change the play. Not that I don't mind running, but or handing it off to like the running back or fullback, but I do enjoy passing more than running when I'm playing as a quarterback. Is that going to be a touchdown? I think it should be. But that's just my opinion. So yes, it's going to be touchdown. It's tied up at 7. Why we are running it here on our own 4-yard line is beyond me. So we could easily just give up a safety, but I always think it's easier to give up a safety when you're running as opposed to passing. Although I've seen a play where a quarterback has run out of bounds in the NFL, thus giving the opposing team a safety. So we have to pass here. It's 3rd and 10. $15-yard pickup there. I'm going to try and get this off before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if we can. Which we can. We got it off to McKee, off fullback. So our fullbacks and punters are probably the 2 most underrated positions in the NFL. I think kickers tend to be can be the most hated depending on if they make a successful field goal. I know kickers also are underrated as well. see who we can pass it to. There we go, we got it. Oh, it's incomplete. It is incomplete, so let's see if we can... Hopefully we can get the first down, so... a 62-yard field goal kick attempt if... I should have just continued running. I thought he was gonna come to me, actually. I thought that that linebacker was blitzing. There's a linebacker or a cornerback, so... Ooh, that's gonna be dropped, so... We can get it to Knox. Which we can. It's going to be a timeout. I was going to hurry it up. So, try and save the timeout, but... I'm going to try and pass it to either Iglesias or Clark. Depending on how open each man is. So, I had like a small window to actually get it to Clark. So, he looks... I wasn't looking at Iglesias, so... Should have, though. If you looked at Iglesias and Davis... That's going to be a loss for Forte, unfortunately. We had bad run blocking this game, but I think last game we had better pass blocking. We had worse pass blocking last game, I think. That's not going to be a touchdown, is it? Nope. It is going to be a first down, though. Let us actually just have Forte run for a touchdown as well. Not run pass, I mean, he'll run his route, so... That way we can have an extra... man running downfield. Unfortunately, Clark fumbled it, so... But that's recovered by Dansby. It's kind of my fault, because Clark wasn't originally running on that play, but... I made a small change, so... Shoot, that's going to be intercepted. That's a bad throw on my end. I should have just taken the sack. Halfback toss. So we had better run blocking against the Browns than against the Cardinals. That's some good running there, actually. If I wanted to avoid the sack, I would have... Should have... I did get it off, but if I wanted to avoid a potential interception, I would have held on to it. But then again, that's a bad pass. I thought I was going to be hit. But if I wanted to avoid a fumble, I got it off like I did. So it's either going to be Clark, Hester, or Iglesias. Ah, shoot. I'm gonna have Davis move. Nope, it's not gonna be a... Was it a run pass option? Did they? I don't think they had run pass option in the... No, they didn't. It was not. It was a halfback draw, so... the end of the third quarter. We really have to get it downfield if we want to. Want to score and take the lead. We have to get into the end zone. Safety would be bad because that'd give them 2 points, but it's unlikely we'd give up a safety, and a field goal would tie the game. Was a touchdown, with or without the PAT, would actually give us the lead. It's the Superstar mode, by the way. If you're just now joining on Twitch, I'm definitely uploading this to YouTube. And possibly Daily Motion as well. Let me link my Daily Motion and YouTube channel in the Twitch chat. If you're on YouTube, links to my Twitch and Daily Motion are in the description. If you're on Daily Motion, it should be in the description for my Twitch and YouTube. So I have the most content on YouTube, and anything under 2 hours I tend to upload on YouTube, but not all of my YouTube videos aren't on Daily Motion. So that should be a first down. I will usually upload all my Twitch streams to YouTube, actually. Oh, Clark got that. That should be a touchdown. That's good. Unfortunately, Arizona scored, so. Field goal will tie the game. Touchdown will give us the lead. Not sure we'll have enough time to get it into the end zone, though. We do have all 3 of our timeouts, so I really can't afford to actually just call the hurry up for every play. We are in field goal range now, so do have a little time to actually call at least maybe one more play for the hurry up. As long as we don't get it intercepted, we'll have a chance to win. Or fumbled. Actually, it's... That was a risky play right there. So we may have chance for time for one more play. Let's call a timeout actually and see if we can win this in overtime. Nope, not gonna have a chance. I really hate the overtime rules because I feel like both teams should actually get a possession. I feel like if one team uses the entire 15-minute quarter, then the other team should have a possession, and if they're able to get it, if they're able to score, then it should be. I think at least each team should at least have one possession. I should say. Let me put it like that. It should be like college football, where each team has at least one possession. Simulate the event. So we have to see the info standing. Oh, I was going to check out the standings, but we are still in second place. So thankfully, Green Bay had actually lost. So hopefully in our next game we can actually beat Green Bay. Or the next time we play Green Bay, actually. So this is going to be an away game against San Francisco. Frank Gore, a really very talented running back, halfback. I don't think he won a Super Bowl either, so I know Barry Sanders is like the greatest running back of all time. Should have won a Super Bowl as well. I know he didn't. He played his entire career with Detroit. Lance Briggs is a legendary outside linebacker. I remember him playing in Urlacher as well for Chicago. Those were some very good offensive, not offense. Those were some very good outside linebacker or outside and middle linebackers as well. So those were. I know Brian Urlacher played in the Super Bowl. I don't think he won it because I know he played with Chicago in the Super Bowl. I remember him playing in Chicago and losing, unfortunately, to. I losing. I say unfortunately. He. I say unfortunately because he never got a chance. He never played another Super Bowl. So, not that I was against the Colts and Manning winning the Super Bowl. It's just he and Hester and the Bears unfortunately never haven't played in the Super Bowl since. The Bears as a franchise have not played in the Super Bowl since, and Devin Hester and Brian Urlacher didn't play in the Super Bowl since then, so that sucks. I do remember that Super Bowl though. That was like the first, not the first. That was actually the second Super Bowl I remember actively watching because the 2005 season would have been. I was 10 years old. And that was between Pittsburgh and Seattle, and that was like Jerome Betts' final game. And I remember watching. I remember the ending of that game as well. So it would probably ran there, but I don't think I had enough time. So got to change the time again. So I do remember that Super Bowl vaguely though, because that was the year Madden 06 represented that season in the video game, and that was the very first Madden I ever played in my life. It was Madden F06, so I grew up in the States, but like I was the first person in my family to get interested in American football because none of my other family members, really understood American football until I started watching it and I explained it to them. So no one in my family was really interested. Like all of my family, they were mainly interested in soccer. So this is a really good San Francisco team because we're really. I don't know what's up with the play calling, but it can't be. Other than maybe like the first drive, the play calling isn't. The first drive where I should have converted but didn't was Madden F06 was the first franchise I meant to say. I don't know what first Madden I played, but okay. So the play calling isn't on me because I really can't call the plays in the superstar mode. There we go. First Super Bowl I really sat down and watched that I remember sitting down and watching was I don't remember what it was, but it was for the 2000. It was at the end of the 2007 season when the New England Patriots beat the New York Giants or lost to the New York Giants actually, not beat. So I do remember the last two. I do know the last two Super Bowls the Giants played in. They beat the New England Patriots. So, but I distinctly remember the 2007 Super Bowl. Remember watching it because of the fact that it was historic for a reason. And for those of you that don't know, it was because the Patriots had finished the regular season undefeated, and they had won their two playoff games because they got a bye into the second round. And whereas I'm gonna just let the clock run out for this one. Because the Patriots had actually ended the Super Bowl undefeated in the regular season and postseason. Why we're calling run plays not passing plays, I do not know. But the New England Patriots lost the Super Bowl in a very historic upset to the New York Giants. That was Eli Manning's first of his two Super Bowls, which ironically, both his Super Bowl victories came against Eli Manning. He actually could have played his brother in the Super Bowl, but they never met in the Super Bowl, actually. Because Peyton Manning played his entire career in the AFC for Denver and played for Denver his final several couple of years, and then he played the vast majority of his career for Indianapolis, and actually didn't turn. It almost didn't turn out like that. They almost played in the same conference because Eli Manning's played his entire career with the. Every game he played in was with the New York Giants, and he actually was drafted by the Chargers, and they're in the AFC, but they were traded on draft day. So traded for Phillip Rivers. Actually, Phillip Rivers is another all-time great quarterback that never won a Super Bowl, and that was actually because it's very unfortunate because I'm feeling a bit nostalgic now because I do remember watching him play, but oh man, he played for Indianapolis and he also mainly played for San Diego, so it's like by the time he went to Indianapolis, I don't think the Colts had a reasonably good chance of winning the Super Bowl. And when he was with the Chargers, he really had to get past Peyton Manning, and Tom Brady. And I think because like the AFC was mainly dominated by Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. Like it's very especially in the latter half of the 2000s when I started watching, it's very rare to see, Tom Brady or Peyton Manning not playing a Super Bowl. I think so. Like then you also had Ben Roethlisberger as well in the AFC. So it's like he had three really good teams to play against in his own conference, like three future Hall of Famers. Because like, I think Peyton Manning's in the Hall of Fame now. If he isn't, he will be. And Tom Brady and Ben Roethlisberger will be in the Hall of Fame. I think the only reason they aren't is because they're not eligible at the time of this live stream. So. It's just he had a good team, and don't get me wrong, he was very close, especially in that. I want to say that 2007 season. I think he lost to the Patriots in the AFC Championship. So it's just I know Roethlisberger won a Super Bowl, two Super Bowls in he played for Pittsburgh his entire career, and he won I think at least one. I know he won at least one Super Bowl. I'm pretty sure he won two. And Manning won two. One with Denver and one with Indianapolis, and then Tom Brady had actually won with Tampa Bay in the NFC. But by the time he went to the NFC, he couldn't play Peyton Manning. So that was like a huge rivalry, and he won one with Tampa Bay and six with New England. Though to be fair, he did go a full decade without winning a Super Bowl. Feeling nostalgic now about watching the NFL in those times because I was obsessed with the NFL and NBA in the late 2000s decade. Let's see, since 2005, 2006, you had Indianapolis win with Payne. He was one of the favorites to get there to the Super Bowl. 2007 was an NFC team in the AFC. I'm trying to remember because the AFC you really had that was a bad pass. In the AFC, you actually had the four main quarterbacks for much of the latter half of the 2000s and first half of the 2010s. You had Philip Rivers, Ben Roethlisberger, Peyton Manning, and Tom Brady dominate in the AFC. So I think it was much easier to get to the Super Bowl in the NFC during that time period than it was in the AFC. So 2007, you had an NFC team win in the Super Bowl with Eli Manning. 2008, I believe, was also Pittsburgh. So yeah, the 2008 season. 2009, who won in 2009? At the end of the 2009 season. Oh gosh. Remember, because I know Green Bay won 1 year. 2010. 2010, 2009, oh yeah, how can I forget? Is the Saints won the Super Bowl in 2009. Remember that year because Peyton Manning played in the Super Bowl. It was Drew Brees' only Super Bowl appearance, actually, and he won, so. I actually cannot believe that. Oh, that's an interception, unfortunately. That's going to cost us the game. I should have ran it. I cannot believe that Drew Brees did not win, at least appear in more Super Bowls, actually. It's my. Call a timeout. The 49ers didn't really get to a Super Bowl until they had Colin Kaepernick. Call a timeout. And then the next quarterback, the next Super Bowl appearance came with Brock Purdy, unbelievably. Just because of where he was drafted, not that he's a bad player. Who won in 2010? New England. Oh yeah, New England won. Not New England, New York, I mean. 2011. Oh gosh, who won in 2011 then? Who won after at the end of the 2011 season? Chicago wasn't. I think it may have been. I know 2012 was Green Bay. Did the game freeze? I think the game freeze. I think the game froze. It's killing me. Who won in 2011 at the end of the 2011 NFL season? I'm gonna have to look this up. The game did not freeze. Okay, good. Sweet. Seattle didn't win their first till I think 2013 after the 2013 season because I remember that Super Bowl. Not Philly either. Sorry about showing any offensive team names and logos, by the way. It was not Minnesota, they still have not won. Cleveland has still not won a Super Bowl. San Francisco has not won since I started watching in 2005. Okay, so I know it was not a team in the NFC East. Because Minnesota, or it's not, Green Bay won in 2012. Chicago won their only Super Bowl before I was born. Minnesota and Detroit have not won a Super Bowl. Dallas has not won since the 90s. Washington has not appeared in one since the 90s. New York is the only NFC East team. They won in 2000. New York won in 2000. No, that was the 2010 season, so. Tampa Bay won in 02, and a couple of years ago, Saints won in 09. The Falcons and Panthers have not won, so it was not. I know St. Louis is the only one from the NFC besides Seattle to have won a Super Bowl, but that didn't come until the Super Bowls for the NFC West did not come until the middle to latter half of the decade. So let's see. Baltimore won 1 year, so it must have been Baltimore was 2008. No, Baltimore must have been 2000. Okay, so 2009, 2010 was one of those years in the between 2009 and 2012. Baltimore won. I forgot about Baltimore. Because the Colts are the only team from the AFC, so no division has. Yeah, only the NFC East has produced where all four teams have produced a Super Bowl champion. I'm not on this team. Sorry, I did not mean to show that team. I know they have an offensive logo and name, so sorry for showing them. So I wanted to look up Michael Orr, who's a rookie this year. He's a rookie when this game came out, I should say. Very talented lineman, so weekly awards, so I think I'm going to actually hop off here. Actually, dude, I want to see if I won any awards actually. So, oh, I was looking at the defense because I don't play on defense. So anyway, I'm gonna hop off, y'all. I'm gonna end the stream.